In today's class, we will be learning three topics. So, first is history of Python, second is popularity of Python, and third is application of Python. So, first is history of Python. So, Python was initially designed by Guido van Rossum in 1991 and it was developed by Python Software Foundation. So, this is the man Guido van Rossum that has discovered Python in 1991. Now, it was mainly developed for emphasis on code readability. Code readability means when you see the Python code, you will see that it is easily to understand. Second is express concepts in fewer lines of code. Okay, so when you compare the Python code with any other programming language, then you will see that in Python we will write fewer lines of code than any other programming language. So that is the beauty of Python. Okay, so second is Python is widely used general purpose high level programming language. Okay. So what is general purpose means what is general purpose? It means that we can use Python in different areas. Suppose that if you want to develop a website, if you want to use data analysis, artificial intelligence, scientific computing, then we can use Python there. Okay, so in every fields we can use Python. That's why it is called as a general purpose programming language. Then is a high level programming language. Okay, so high level programming language means there are two types of basically programming language. First is low level programming language, and then we have high level programming language. So what is the difference between them? So basically low level programming languages are language that can be directly executed by operating system. Okay, now, high-level programming languages are those languages which first need to either compiled or interpreted by any middle software, and then and only then operating system or CPU can execute that code. So that's why Python is a high-level programming language, and we need a interpreter. We need an interpreter to execute Python code. That's why it is high-level programming language. And what is interpreter? I will discuss. Okay. Now, okay, so we will come into Python libraries later. So first is Python popularity. So this is TIOB index. So TIOB index is basically an indexing foundation that basically indexes means ranks programming languages on the basis of their popularity. So popularity means how much Python or any other programming language are used in industry. You can see that here C is on rank 1 and then we have Java on rank 2 and then we have Python. Okay, so first place we have C and Java because these programming languages are really very old. Okay, that's why lots of applications initially have written on these languages, but Python is on rank 3 and it is increasing on the rate of 0.59%. Okay, now you will see that how much Python is popular. Now second one is Python popularity index. This is called as popularity of programming language index, which basically index programming languages on the basis of their searches on Google or any other search engines. Okay, so uh, please hold. Now you can see that this is the data of September, and when you see the data of December, you will also see that Python is on rank 1. So in all the Google searches, Python has the share of 31.56%. Okay, and it is increasing on the rate of 2.9%. So you can see that how much Python is popular. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so we will talk about why Python is so popular. Okay, so though the first is the popularity of Python is its language design. So when you see the Python code, you will see that even a class 6, 7 student can understand Python code easily. Okay. And it is highly productive, elegant, simple, and powerful. It means that if you want to make your project in very less amount of time, then you can use Python. So you can write your project. If you write your project in different languages, then it is not guaranteed that you can work on, means you can means you can create that product as fast as in Python. So it is, that's why it is called as highly productive. Okay. And next is elegant, simple, and other is powerful. So you will see that even all the data science application, machine learning application, artificial intelligence application, scientific computings, these are basically done using Python. That's why it is called as powerful programming language. And now next is, suppose that I am giving you the example of why Python is simple. Okay. Suppose that if you want to write a simple program to print hello world on the screen. So if you write that program using Java, then first you need to create a class, then you need to create a method, and then you will print hello world on the screen. So these three lines of code or four lines of code you need to write in case of Java. Okay. And you should also need to understand what is class first, then you should use class. So and next we have C. Okay, in the C code you will write similar code in three or four lines of code. Okay, so even here you need to also first include stdio.h, then you need to create a method main, and then you can print hello world on the screen. But in Python you just need to write print hello world. So that's why Python is so popular. It's really very simple. Now next is Python has first class integration with C and C++. Okay, so for CPU heavy tasks, basically CPU heavy tasks are done using C and C++. Okay, because these C and C++ are compiled programming languages. Okay, compiled type programming languages. These are faster than Python. That's why for CPU heavy tasks, suppose that if you want to process a video, if your video is 2 hours, means having 2 hours, then you will use C and C++. Those softwares are written using C and C++ because CPU heavy tasks are can means should be used should be done using C and C++. But in Python, you can integrate the features of C and C++. Okay, first is Python is simple and you can utilize the power of C and C++ in Python. Now, next point is open source. So Python is open source. It means that you need not to pay for anything, for any, means if you talk about, there are lots of programming languages that are paid. Okay, but it is open source. It means that independently many programmers contribute to the Python and creates lots of libraries. Okay, so these libraries are basically useful for different purposes. Suppose that if you want to perform scientific computing, then we have SciPy. Okay, so now we have application of Python. You can see, okay, so we will be first moving to the Python libraries. You can see that Python has over 1,37,000 libraries present today. Okay, so you can see that over 1,37,000 libraries, it means that If you are working in any field, then you can find libraries suitable for you to compute for your purpose. So suppose that if you are working in web development, then you have lots of libraries like Django and Flask for creating websites. And suppose that if you are working on data analysis, then you have NumPy, Pandas, SciPy. If you are working on machine learning field, then you have TensorFlow, Keras. Okay, so if you are a researcher, then you have SciPy. If you are a biologist, then you have BioPython. So these are lot. There are lots of libraries that are built that you can use in your projects, and you can complete your task in a very less amount of time. Python is so popular. Okay, so now we will come to the application of Python. Now, Python has Python can be used in means if you I will say that in any area you can use Python. So if you talk about web application, you can use Python there. If you talk about GUI applications, what are GUI applications? So any application that have a user interface, okay, like Chrome. So you are using Chrome, then this is a GUI application. So this type of application you can create using Python. Then we have console based application. So console based application, the application that you build for running in command prompt. Okay, so these type of application you can also create. Then we have software development, you can use Python there. We have scientific and numeric computation. So in scientific and numeric computation means python has python has 60 to 70% share in scientific computing. Okay, so this is the area where Python dominant. Now we have business application. You can use Python there. Suppose that if you are working with Excel sheets, or if you want to perform any data analysis in your business, any plottings, graph plotting. So these types of thing you can use using Python. Then we have audio. Then we have audio and video based application. So if you are working with some video editing or audio editing, so you can use Python there. Then we have 3D CAD application. Now we have enterprise application and image processing application. So image processing application support that if you want to create a facial recognition system. Okay. So suppose if you want to create a application that can detect whether you have mask on your face or not, then you this type of application you can create using Python. So these are machine learning application. So in this way, we can use Python in everywhere. Okay. Now we have Python release types. So Python has two release types. First is Python 2.x and second is Python 3.x. So basically, first release of Python was on initial release of Python was in 2.x. Means that, and after it Python 3.x came. So lots of programmer uses Python 2.x. Okay, because previously firstly Python 2.x has came. That's why lots of programmer use Python 2.x. And if you are starting right now, then I would suggest that you should use Python 3.x. Okay, so there is very slight difference between Python 2.x and Python 3.x. That's why I will tell you that we will work on Python 3.x because it's new. Now we have Python installed. We will see Python installation on Windows machine. Okay, so there are three steps to install Python on Windows machine. First is you need to visit www.python.org website. That is the Python official website. Second step is download Python latest release. Third is install the downloaded exe file. So first we will go to the python.org. So This is the python.org. So suppose that if I first I am going to Google. Okay, so you here you can type python.org. Now you can download from Python here. So first you need to go to the downloads and then click Python 3.9.1. If you are using a Windows machine, then so click on it. It will start downloading. So please perform this task with me. Download Python on your machine. So because we will be executing code from tomorrow. So that's why download. Okay, so it is downloaded. Then we need to click on it. Now, actually, Python is already installed in my system. That's why it is asking for modify setup. In your case, if you are installing Python first time, then it will not ask for it. And here you will have a install no button. You need to click on that, and there and please listen carefully. There will be a checkbox in the bottom that will ask Python add Python 3.9 on path. So you need to check on that checkbox. You need to check. Okay, so what is the importance of that? I will discuss later. But you need to perform that task. Okay, so please try to install. Yeah. So if you have already Anaconda, then it means that you have already installed Python in your system. Okay, so Aditi Sharma, you have asked what is the function of library. So libraries are basically used for they are they are previously built by Python. Okay, so that you can directly use. They have methods and class to perform special tasks. So if you talk about NumPy, okay, so NumPy is a library that is basically used in data analysis field. There we have arrays, and we use arrays for storing our data in arrays and like arrays and matrices, and we perform different tasks, adding, sorting, indexing. So these tasks. So this is how we use libraries. Okay, okay. So if you want to download in Linux, then it will depend on your Linux type. Suppose that if you are using Ubuntu, then there are different steps for Ubuntu. And if you are using, so here you can go to the download section, and here you will see Mac OS X. If you have Mac, then you can go to the Mac OS X download section, and for other platform, you need to click on it. Okay, so if you are using a no, this is all. This is solar. This is for Solaris, and this is for uh, Linux. Okay, so it will depend on your Linux type. So suppose that if you have Ubuntu, then you just need to type. I'm writing the command here. Okay, so you need to type on your command prompt sudo apt get install python 3. Then it will be automatically download into your system.